The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
This is the Eagles Sports Network. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, alongside Carson-Newman head softball coach Michael Graves. Michael, for the first time since 2015, you host your own Invitational. Last time it happened, a little more impromptu deal, shoveling 2 tons of snow off of the softball field. Sorry to bring up painful memories. This time you don't have to hopefully worry about that, but West Virginia State King come to Mossy Creek. 2 good teams. West Virginia State, a 27-12 team a year ago. King obviously beat you here at Mossy Creek last season. How much of the focus is on them? How much of the focus is on Carson-Newman after a pretty strong outing for your team last week at the Charger Chill Out?
I think we learned a lot about our team last week. We can definitely play in cold weather, and I know tomorrow it's going to be pretty cold at 10 o'clock in the morning. But last week on Sunday, man, it was 23 degrees, feel like temperature with a 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing, so this will feel like a heat wave tomorrow. But King always has a scrappy team, and they're well coached, and we probably know a lot more about them than we do West Virginia State. But West Virginia State also got a big win against UNC Pembroke, who I know is a pretty good softball team. So,
State, a team that Carson-Newman hasn't played in 13 years, haven't faced the Yellow Jackets since 2009. What sticks out to you about that type of team from the Mountain East? How much do they remind you of somebody that you might be a little more familiar with than like a Concord?
We haven't played Concord recently either. We're set to play them in, I guess, the following weekend. Yeah. But I don't know, just scheduling conflicts between the two, I guess, is the reason we hadn't played. But, Concord's a lot closer than West Virginia State. So looking at just roster and some stats and stuff, they've got a little speed and they've got some pop, just a good mix. I really don't know too much about their pitchers yet. We'll see if we can find some video and stuff later this afternoon.
Feels like your offense is weaponized this year, especially in terms of speed, your 9-bat hitter through your 3 hitters. What has that enabled you to do in terms of putting pressure on your opposition with what Leah Sohm, Natalie Corbin, Sienna Cameron, and Emily Harris are capable of on the base paths?
They're so fast, and more than just being fast, they're very intelligent and great base runners. You don't have to tell them or yell to take the next base. They're always looking for it, and they're just fun to watch. And, at the beginning of the year, Coach Topple had to talk me off the ledge a little bit about not having as much pop in our lineup. But, man, Emily's swinging away and Sienna's swinging away too, and, they're hitting balls off the fence.
It does feel weird. Emily Harris, who is – if there's a known commodity in the Division II softball world, it's Emily Harris. She's number 1 among all active softball players in hits and at-bats and second in games played. And yet you go back to her freshman season at Young Harris when she was an All-American. She only hit 7 doubles that year, already with 8 here in her final season. I know you just got to watch her from afar when she was with the Mountain Lions, but what sense do you get from her bat that she has that degree of explosiveness?
Just watching her in practice, she'll slap for a little bit, and then she'll bunt for a little bit, and then she'll just swing away. And people don't understand how powerful that kid is with the bat when she swings away. She hits it hard when she slaps, but just stand up her swinging away. She's hitting balls over our 220-foot fence. So, it just adds a lot to her element.
You look in the circle. Sarah King has obviously been A-OK, leads the country in wins. But break down Sierra Rogers' development. Feels like she never gives up hits. It's the control for her. 3rd in the conference in strikeouts, but she's had some issues with walks. What's she doing to kind of settle that down?
The kid's a workhorse, and she practices a lot, and she knows what she's got to get better at. And I tell her all the time, like you said, nobody really hits her. And when they do, it either goes 300 feet because she throws it so hard, or it's just something that it's a weak ground ball to the infield. But when she's on, she's very tough to beat, and she's getting better and better each time we send her out. So hopefully she just continues to progress forward, and she'll be a force for the next 3 years.
All right, Michael Graves, thanks for the time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
That's Carson-Newman head softball coach Michael Graves. I'm the voice of the Eagles, Adam Cavalier, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.